welcome to another episode of the A-List Music Club. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Truth. And with me, as always, are Dominic and John. How's it going tonight, guys?
Good.
And yeah. And this is the show where each week one of us picks a different album, playlist, CD, whatever, and the others check it out. So this one was kind of a blind listen in a way, because Dominic and I liked the one song we heard on Sirius Radio, Great Commandment, and I was like, let's check out the rest of the album. Oh boy! So this is the album. God, what's it called? Voices and Music or something? Music and I have it written down. This is
Voices and Images.
That's what it is. This is the album Voices and Images by Camouflage, and it was released on January 1st, 1988. Happy New Year!
I have March 4th, 1988.
Oh, well, 1988. YouTube said January 1st, so we'll go with probably March 4th.
Wikipedia says March 4th, so the anniversary.
We'll go with that. Yeah. All right.
I've got a 3-word review. It's fucking horseshit. That's my 3-word review. This album was a fucking mess. I made it through 3 songs. It's like I don't know. You know what? If you put 10 chimpanzees in a room with all kinds of instruments and friggin' household appliances and crap like that, I think within 2 weeks you'd get an album on par or better than this one. It just stank. Now I like the song "The Great Commandment." I actually kind of liked that song, but I not really liked it. I liked to make fun of it. That's how it was.
Yeah.
The Great Commandment. And you know what gets me is like they were kind of on the outer edge coming from 88 of the new wave type of music, but the singer just decided to sound like any generic fucking early 80s band. It's like all of them. The Grand Commandment. I'm going head over heels. You know, that type of shit. Be original. Fuck you people. Just be original. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol? All right. That's about it for me.
I'm glad I could help with your
I agree, Dom. It's, certain singers, when you hear them, you immediately know who it is or what band it is. It's just recognizable.
Right.
And there's lots of, this is so generic. I've never heard of this band to begin with, but even if I knew, I wouldn't be able to go oh yeah, that's Camouflage. No.
No, because it could be Camouflage. It could be Thompson Twins. It could be fucking New Order. All those old.
Any of that 80s new wave keyboard stuff. Yeah, it could be Aha. It could be any of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see why they only had one sort of hit.
Yeah.
It's I can't remember how any of these songs go. I forgot what it was. I had to text Wes to ask him who it was. I forgot what the band was we were doing today.
Mm-hmm.
So forgettable. They all sound the same. I couldn't what song is this? I couldn't tell. And what the hell's with these freaking titles?
I have
they
no
catch
idea.
secrets. What does that mean? Strangers' thoughts.
That would make me laugh.
This is a band.
Strangers' thoughts.
This is a band that is thinks they're so cerebral, and we're we're so avant-garde. Ooh, go back to work at late night drive through at Taco Bell, you fucks.
Yeah. They're German. They're a German
Yeah.
band, so I don't know if some stuff got lost in translation or what, but
I think they're kind of big too in Germany, from what I get.
they're still around. Like they put an album out in like 2019. Like they're still
Oh
around.
my god.
Oh my god.
Your song, "The Great Commandment," is the only song that ever hit the American charts. It went like number 59, so it wasn't even like a big hit.
Yeah.
I never heard of this band or that song, and I really
neither had we. So what was it? What's the channel, Dominic?
First Wave.
First Wave. Yeah.
Ooh, this should have got washed away with the waves.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just keyboards. He sings a few emotionless words, then more keyboards, and then the song ends. And then the next song is the exact same thing.
Yeah. And it's the same like melody to every song.
Yeah, they all sound the same. He sings in the same monotone voice. It's like a robot.
It's like if Randy Orton recorded an album.
I listen to bands like this, and I'm like, and one of my favorite bands, the Monkees, get no respect because everyone's like, oh, they didn't play their own instruments. But shit like this, yeah, I take the Monkees any day.
Yep.
Yeah. This sucked.
This is on par with Nantucket.
Yeah, this was being stuck in an elevator.
Yeah, the first song. I mean, the album opens where I don't know if
wait,
they were.
Before you start, there is no reason to go list every track and
No,
what
I have 4 or 5 outlined here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's going from A to B.
Yeah, I don't have that one, but the first song, I don't know if they were laughing or crying at the beginning. With this, I have so many sound effects things listed here. You know, like the first one I thought was okay, and I'm like, it might be all right, and then it just, woo! It's the downward spiral. Helpless.
That's how I felt listening to this.
Interesting sound effects. For a lot of these songs, I got bored a few minutes into it, and I was like, all right, what's next? Yeah. There's also an unexpected F-bomb in that song that I wasn't expecting. Neighbors, I thought sounded like an intro. The intro to that song sounded like NES music. Like for the original Nintendo. Winner Takes Nothing. More dripping. The dripping faucet. That was the sound effect I kept hearing. It was either like a dripping faucet or a boiler room. It sounded like half of these were recorded in. And that one had the classic 80s talking in the middle where it sounds like he was reading poetry. Stranger Thoughts, that was the one where the chorus made me laugh. Lots of like wind blowing sound effects in that one. And then this one sounded like the horror movie theme in between The Exorcist and Halloween. Where has the childhood gone? And then there's creepy kids that come in and sing too.
You know, I think the band, I was thinking, what would be a good use for this album? And I was thinking playing it in like for prisoners of war. But then I figured it would probably be against the Geneva Convention because this is just like cruel and unusual punishment.
Cure for insomnia.
The instrumental sounded like horror themes. Like I was wondering if they were trying to get a job, like doing horror theme music or something.
They're probably looking for jobs now.
And the sound, it reminded me like of those sound effect albums you see at the Halloween store with like creepy music, like 100 creepy sound effects to play for Halloween.
I'd rather listen to that.
Yeah, at least that would be funny. Some of it.
Whew, man.
Now, you were right when you text me and you go and you're like, I listened to some of the album. It's a tough sit, and I was like, oh god, because I had no clue what to expect. And then I started. I'm like, he was right. It is a tough sit.
So, John, do you have any trivia about this fucking piece of dog shit in a bag?
No. I just want it to go away.
Yeah.
I want to pretend that this never happened.
I honestly
The
think
lost episode.
I honestly think this may be the worst album we've ever reviewed.
Worse than Nantucket?
I would think so. Yes.
Yes, it's worse than Nantucket.
Yeah, because Nantucket actually was like different, like
Well,
genres. Like every time it came on, you didn't know what genre of music you were gonna get.
Is it going to be Led Zeppelin or is it going to be Alabama? You never know.
Ugh.
All right, let's rate this. I can't say the words I really want to say because they haven't really invented any words to tell how much I loathe this album.
Or YouTube will knock us off if you say anything too bad.
God damn this! And
you only listened to 3 songs.
Oh my god!
Imagine us who listened to all 12.
Well, that's because you guys are idiots. You listen to the whole damn thing.
We thought maybe it would get better.
It took me like a week to get to these 12 songs.
I'm giving it a big fat 0.
Wow.
I will give it a 1 just for the Great Commandment, and that is it. That's all it's getting.
Okay. For that, I'll give it a 1.
That song, they get a 1. Everything else can go down the toilet.
I agree. 1 for just the Great Commandment, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think your Thanos glove summed up.
Yeah, that says it all.
All right, Johnny. What do you have for us this time?
All right, so this is a band that I have their greatest hits. All I know is the greatest hits album. I know a couple of songs, but I've heard through on the internet and through like my dad and people who like this band sing their praises. So I thought, okay, well, let me pick one of their albums and listen to it and see if I feel the same way. That's a Canadian band, a 3-piece. It's Triumph.
One of my favorite bands of all time.
And the album is Allied Forces.
Good album. My next pick. I was gonna pick Triumph, Just a Game.
Oh, okay.
Just a Game.
I looked online and a couple of different lists had this album as considered their best by fans and critics. So that's why I picked that one.
Yeah. Great band.
Yeah, I have their greatest hits, and I'm like, I like that stuff, so I thought, see how the whole album sounds.
Rick Emmett is probably the most grossly underrated guitar player in the world. He is up there with the greats. He really is.
Yeah. Everything I read, they sort of got swept up in the Rush hoopla.
Yeah.
Canadian power trio. They weren't Rush, so it was sort of like, oh, well, you know.
Yeah. And
Wes, have you heard of them?
I don't really know much. And maybe if I hear it, some of their stuff,
I think
I'll recognize them.
Magic Power's a hit on this one, yeah.
I don't know if I hear it, maybe I'll know it.
Fight the Good Fight isn't on there, is it?
Yes, it is. Yep.
That was their 2 big hits off that album.
You would probably know Late on the Line, Wes. That's a big one. It's not on this one, but that's one of their big hits.
I'd have to hear it, yeah.
Oh.
John, I'll tell you what, you want to give yourself a treat after you listen to this album? Listen to Just a Game. That album is front to back fantastic.
Okay. I already listened to this album, but okay, I'll listen to that one tomorrow.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, my dad sings exactly. Like, oh, they're a good
Oh,
band. They're sort
they're
of
what
under the radar.
they were in my top 20 bands when we reviewed them. When we left them, I think they were the top 10.
Wow.
Yeah, they're one of those bands. If you know them, you like them. But if you probably don't know them, you never heard of them. Kind of those bands. Like,
Right.
John, you want to talk a little bit about the podcast?
yeah, we like wrestling podcast. It's a weekly podcast and YouTube show where we discuss any and everything wrestling related. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, wherever you find podcasts. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube.
Wow.
We yeah. We like wrestling podcast.
All right. And of course, for me, you can subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/westside515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/westtruebaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter, the Instagram, and Letterboxd at Wes A List. Until next time, Troop out.